Hi guys, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori. Tonight we're going to just take a deep dive in and see what our ancestors have to say. I hope you guys are doing well. We are, when I'm recording this, a day away from this awesome full moon in Leo. I hope you guys are excited for it. I'm excited for it. I'm like, come on, release, release, release. So let's just see what comes out. Okay. Cowbird. Guys, this is a new deck that I have. I don't know if I've mentioned it in my readings, but I love birds. And so I feel very connected to them. So I got this new deck. Let's kind of just dig in. Cowbird, okay? Relationships, acknowledgement, and redefinition. Ooh, I love this. I love this. This is given the energy of picking up the pieces, okay? It's almost like there's leftover pieces of a situation, a relationship, something that was missed, overlooked. It's interesting that they're breaking this word down for me, though. Cowbird, a cow is known for being wise, for carrying weight, and also cows are known for like the divine feminine energy, which feels to me like for some of you, you could have found yourself recently recognizing how you've been carrying weight from something of the past, maybe having to do with a romantic partnership, or it could have to do with family or anything, any type of relationship, okay? Your relationship with your employer. For someone or some individuals listening to this, you absolutely are finding yourself cleaning up and picking up the pieces. So whenever you find this reading, there's something about acknowledging the baggage or the weight that you've been carrying in regards to a situation, and then redefining that, which this is very awesome because this is totally in alignment with what we as a collective, the collective is going through this massive shift as we come out of, the North Node's currently in Pisces. I think at some point this year it's going to shift into Aquarius, and I'm thinking that's what we hear when we hear the new age, the age of Aquarius, not the new age. I'm sorry, guys. I was thinking of something else at the same time, and I was actually going to explain something to you guys, but I don't think it's worth explaining. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know, and then there's other stuff that I do. There's stuff that I don't care to know, and then there's stuff that I feel is important for me to know. So you guys will notice that as a reader, I'm not one that gets myself engulfed and involved in all of these themes or ideas and thoughts that are thrown out in the spiritual community, because I have my own opinions and I formulate those opinions based on my connection to spirit. So I hope that you do the same. Anyways, I don't know why I'm saying that, but there's something about redefining the way that you do relationships based on an acknowledgement of the lack of wisdom that was shown in previous relationships. Okay, so take that as it resonates and interpret it however it fits you and your specific situation. Since this is a reading for a collective, it could be different for each of you, but there absolutely is something coming through with a transformation. Okay, you'll notice too in the card that the birds here are, one is this color and then one is the other color. You notice the difference in the colors. There's one who's sitting on top of a branch and one that's kind of, I want to use the word scrawling on the ground, but I'm not sure if that's appropriate. That's just what I'm hearing. And so what that means for me is that there were some pieces that may have been dropped, overlooked, or and when I use the word dropped, they're saying dropped is not like, oh, you dropped the ball. It's more so like, I saw that there, but I just kind of stepped over it. And in the redefining of the way that you do relationships, in the redefining of you is what I'm hearing. Your team is asking you to show up and shift. Okay, so there's something about show up and then shift. And what they're saying is show up, acknowledge, accept the misunderstandings, the neglect, they're even saying. Okay, so for some of us, we may have neglected to see things. That's what they're showing. You stepped over it because you didn't want to see it. You didn't want to see it because you didn't want to embrace this part of yourself. However, a part of transformation is embracing all aspects, the good, the bad, and the ugly. For some of you, you also could be dealing with a situation where this relationship is coming up for you in some way, shape, or form, like in the now, which is kind of forcing you to take a look at it. Right? And it may be something that is transitioning. That's interesting because I didn't even see that this says this. This crow at the bottom of the deck says innovation, change, and death. And this is exactly what they're referring to as far as a transformation. You'll also notice that typically, like where I live, guys, I don't know if it's the same for you, but crows are everywhere. I mean, I don't think I can go anywhere and not see crows, but crows are for me like the bird that's like a nag. Okay, I'm always seeing birds like nag the hawks around me. They nag the eagles. They're just like little pests, almost more so like pests for me than a pigeon. Pigeons are just kind of there to me, but crows tend to be like pests. And so for some of you, this energy, these things that have been stepped over, could have been things that pestered you. They could have been like nagging things, meaning the things that we don't necessarily want to look at, right? Like we want to look at them through the lens of rose-colored glasses rather than seeing them clearly. And I think that's what this perception energy is showing up to say, that in order for you to be able to walk away from these things and transform them. So walking away is one part, transforming them is the other. And I think for someone here, you may have walked away from something, but maybe not transform the energy. I don't know where we're going, guys. This is interesting. I'm already intrigued by where they're taking us, but I don't know where we're going. We're gonna get there together, though. You guys will probably notice as of late when I start these readings, I have no idea where we're going. I mean, I never know where we're going, but I like literally am clueless nowadays as to where we're going. I'm just here for the ride, okay? And I just hope that you'll join me. But there's something coming through about transformation. I'm seeing Archangel Metatron too. There's something about a shift. Like they keep saying a shift, but this is a shift of the old, like literally creating a whole new you. Okay, that's how this feels. And there's something in the way that relationships have been perceived in the past that they're asking us to look into and to assess in the right now. Oh, they're saying in order to be able to move into the new, in order to shift into the new, there has to be a shift in perception. There has to be a shift in your identity. There has to be a shift in the way that you experience and see the world. They're showing me the crown chakra. Okay, the crown chakra has to do with intentions. It has to do with your spiritual connection, with your enlightenment, right? With your ability to connect all things together, to see you as being one with everything around you. Okay, they're just kind of having me call out what this means, the crown chakra, to me, so that they can bring it all together. Oh, it's also the thoughts and the silence, but it has a connection to like uniting, you know, like unity. This makes perfect sense. We're in Aquarius season, guys. While in Aquarius season, this is the energy of community. It's the 11th house energy, the people around you. There's something about relationships that is being brought to our attention in order for us to acknowledge it and then shift it. It's literally an identity shift in the way that relationships were being handled and will be handled moving forward, they're saying. Because they keep bringing me back to the birds are the same birds. This bird is this color, like brown, and this has several different colors. There's something about maybe, oh, that would be crown chakra energy too. The ability to be able to see the big picture, right? The ability to be able to create balance in your chakras. They're speaking about meditation and the importance of aligning yourself consistently day in and day out. They're also pulling, like tugging on my solar plexus chakra in the moment at the moment. So there's something about, okay, so I'm going to get to this card in a second, guys, but I have to just give the messages that are being channeled through me. What they're saying right now is they're showing me a big like rope being pulled from my solar plexus, and they're saying for some individuals your personal power was robbed and taken from you. It's almost like you loosely, because it was not like a tug of war, you loosely gave over your personal power, yet you held on to the end. Like they're showing a baby who's attached to an umbilical cord coming out of the mother, and the baby wants to hold on to the umbilical cord. It's like the umbilical cord needs to be cut, but the baby wants to hold on to the piece of the umbilical cord that's still attached to mom. And what they're saying is that for some individuals, you haven't acknowledged that you maybe don't want to release that umbilical cord. That umbilical cord is control, guys. That's how they're showing it. And the areas in which you have tried to control a situation, specifically some type of relationship, okay? Again, it could be a romantic partnership. It could be a relationship with a family member. It could be a relationship at work. Whatever type of relationship you want to involve yourself in, or whatever this pertains to. But there's something in regards to a relationship where there's not an acknowledgement, because you don't want to accept the fact that maybe you have been trying to control this situation. Whew. They just let go of the rope that they were showing from my solar plexus chakra. And the solar plexus chakra is about your personal power, your ability to take action towards things, basically your will. When it's imbalanced, it can fall in alignment with anger and control issues. And when they release the rope that they were holding on by pulling out, the rope from my solar plexus, I felt like weak. They're saying for some of you, you feel like when you don't have control, you're weak. When you feel like you are lacking control, you feel powerless. You feel imbalanced, they're showing. You're shaky, you're rocky, you're unstable, you're unsteady. And there's something that is directly connected to your emotions. My heart chakra is pounding right now. And your throat chakra, the expression of you. So there's something in the way that you express your truest self that feels affected. It feels very much related and connected to fear, guys. Like terrifying fear. There's a fear that's connected to a loss of power and control on your behalf in dealing with this specific relationship or relationships. And so instead of seeing it for what it is, control, lack of one's own ability to create security, safety, and to feel powerful within the expression of who you are. Wow, guys, this is so deep and awesome. What they're showing me, stay with this. I swear this is powerful as HE double hockey stick. Guys, what they're showing is the truest expression of you is love. And because you have been so wounded in these relationships, by these specific relationships, whatever that relationship is for you, I'm just going to speak as if it's one, it's probably multiples for most of you. Whatever that relationship is, it has brought some type of trauma into your life. It's robbed you of your own personal power and your ability to feel safe and grounded within yourself, because it's created a block in your ability to truly express yourself. Stay with me. This ability to truly express yourself is affected because you've been wounded in the heart space by this relationship. So, whatever this relationship is, it's wounded your heart space, which has caused you to feel powerless because you're not truly expressing yourself in your truest, purest form, which is love. I hope that makes sense. If that makes sense, drop a green heart in the comments so that we know we're staying in this together. It's so crazy. Like, they're showing me like Metatron, but a bunch of like codes and like geography. I mean, not geography, geometry, guys. What the heck? Geography. Maybe this is like a map. Okay, hold on. Maybe this is like a map. There's some type of map through like codes. Codex. I don't know what that is, but codes, codex, something that has to do with like mathematical equations that are extremely challenging. Imagine them being flipped around backwards. Okay, that's how they're showing this. Like, basically, the simplicity of you has been stolen and robbed through the wounds of your heart by means of the loss of your personal power, because you're not able to fully express and be your purest, authentic self. And it's because the pain is still present. It's because the wounds are there. It's because this has affected your ability to be unobstructed. It's almost like this geometry is obstructing your ability to create, like appropriate angles. It's like your angles are distorted and imbalanced. And they're saying that because of the fear that's connected to you fully expressing yourself and operating as your truest, authentic, purest version of who you are, you step over this, and it's because you feel powerless, which makes you feel like you have no control. So when you were holding on to that umbilical cord, you didn't want to release the attachment to this situation because it's almost as if it's been providing you life. But in reality, the umbilical cord was already cut. You're holding on to the part that's still connected to the mom's placenta, right? And it's bleeding out. The placenta is already going to at some point shrivel up, right? That blood is going to dry out. You're not going to be provided with life. And then in return, what you're going to receive is the opposite. So you've been holding on to this relationship, this situation, as if the umbilical cord was cut. You're holding on to the part of the umbilical cord that's the placenta portion. It's drying up. And what's happening is it's not providing you with life, and instead it's sucking you dry. This is how they're saying this, guys. This is crazy. I've never even heard or seen any of this. But anyways, this is crazy. They're saying that this is exactly how people become energy vampires. So for those of you who feel like your life blood is being like sucked out of you, like you're being depleted by this relationship, these relationships, these connections, it's because Spirit is pushing you to be able to acknowledge the fact that you feel powerless, that you feel like you have no control when dealing with this specific person, this situation, and that is scary to you. And because of that fear, it blocks your ability, because you're not really able to be fully the authentic version of yourself that you want to be. So this is like a blockage in your solar plexus, heart, and throat chakra, which is like the mid section of your middle 3 chakras, which will absolutely affect your ability to operate through surrender. It's going to affect your ability to, which is your sacral chakra. It's going to affect your ability to be able to feel grounded enough in the root chakra to be able to express gratitude. You don't feel safe. You don't feel safe because you haven't established, redefined you, who you are. There's something too about this situation, this relationship has placed so much fear in you that it's caused you to be terrified to love, terrified to open up, terrified to share the truest, most authentic version of yourself, because this relationship and this situation has dimmed that. This situation, this relationship has made you feel depleted and defeated. And for everyone listening to this, there is a specific relationship or specific relationships that have done this to you. It may have happened more than once. It's almost like a progression that they're showing, like steps. Sorry, guys. I had to drink some water. I don't know if you noticed, my throat chakra was like closing up on me. There's something about this full moon releasing this. So guys, I'm going to finish recording this video and I'm going to post this tonight for you so that you have it to listen to by the full moon. If you don't participate or actively do full moon rituals, I would highly recommend it. If you go to Soulful Revolution TV, MJ, she actually has moon meditations that she does. She'll teach you how to do rituals. I think she does them live too. If not, then she also offers on one of her like sister channels or a channel that was created by several of her tarot readers. They have usually like a full moon, new moon ritual that they'll do live on their YouTube channel. So go to Soulful Revolution TV, look on the community tab, and you'll be able to find it. And I've done them several times with her and her group. They're actually very good. It's not anything spooky, crazy. So like if you grew up in church and you're scared of rituals and stuff, guys, when we go up to the altar, when we're praying and asking the Holy Spirit to come in, those are actually rituals too. But anyways, that's another story. But yeah, so just look into it if you're interested. If not, don't worry about it. You're gonna align with exactly where you're supposed to be and with what you need at the right times, guys. So don't stress yourselves out about stuff like this. Anyways, the Merkaba. So this absolutely is representative of change. Okay, I'm gonna try to push through this reading and push through my throat not wanting to stay open. You may want to take a shower after this reading or a bath and just kind of allow this energy to purge out of you. If you have sage or anything like that, I would totally recommend lighting that. I'm going to light some Palo Santo right now just to kind of clear it up so I can get through the reading. But yeah, this is definitely an energy of something being trapped in you. I want to say something about control before I go to that Merkaba card that's on the table. Control comes up, and when we hear the word, oftentimes we freak out about it. We're like, oh, I'm not trying to control anything, or oh, I'm not a control freak. You know, I've been told 20,000 times in my life that I like to control things and that I'm this and that, and I've realized that those are actually gifts. Okay, control only comes when there's fear present. So anybody that's acting erratic and you're like, you totally just want to be in control, it's because they're afraid. More than likely 9.8 times out of 10, that's the reason why. So if you feel like you're trying to control a situation, it's probably just because you're afraid of something. And it's totally normal for us to feel fear and to want to gain control. You know, like it's like this is just what happens. It's a part of being a human being. So I would first say to not beat yourselves up over the word control. Now I hear control and I don't even care. I'm like, yeah, I have that in me. Absolutely. I need to just make sure that I utilize it in the ways that it was created to be utilized, like being a leader, being a boss at work, you know, like owning things, being an entrepreneur, like doing my own thing. That's why you have that. So don't shy away from, you know, being straightforward and honest and wanting things to be in order, having structure. Like those are benefits actually. So don't look at it as being something negative. And when I use the word control, if I were to create my own world with, you know, a euphoria world, right? I would create a world where we don't care about people using the word control. So anyways, that's just my little tangent. All right, guys. So anyways, Merkaba, I want to read this. This is a 5 card, 3 plus 2 equals 5. You probably know that. This is not crazy geometry we're doing here. But this is just expressing the fact that there are things changing, that the shifts are present, okay? And the frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. Wow. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. Oh my gosh, guys, I love this. So this information is being brought up. It does feel like I'm seeing like this little box, okay? It's like a little jewelry box, and it's like it has like tokens or gifts in it. Did we see this in a reading recently? Because it feels like deja vu. But there's something coming through in regards to this energy that is coming up. This transformation, the showing of the little seeds that are on the ground that maybe we've been stepping over. This is being brought to our attention in order for the energy to shift. In order for the energy to shift. And again, remember, this channel is all about healing ancestral karmas, clearing out karmic debts, being able to really, guys, I feel I'm here to help heal the family wounds. And that involves the way that you see yourself, your inner child, your familial wounds, which are those ancestral wounds, the wounds from the Akashic records. All of that is coming up in order to be able to, the goal in healing the family for me and this channel is to bring you back to home, which is that heart space to where you are able to fully, authentically express the highest and purest version of yourself, which more than likely for all of you, it's love. It's going to come from your heart space, your powerhouse. And if I can just be of support and assistance and be used by Spirit and our ancestors to get you there, I am beyond grateful, humbled, and thrilled. And so this Merkaba energy is just coming through to say that this energy is coming up and being brought before you. Recently in a reading, I don't remember which reading it was, but they were showing me like an earthquake and things kind of like being shaken on the ground, and then it was like the rocks were pushing stuff up to the top. This feels like that reading too. Like things being pulled up from the underground in order to be able to be presented and shifted into this new, which is the redefining of who you are. And I'm totally amazed at how aligned the energy and the readings have been since I decided to shift the channel, guys. So this is amazing, and I'm just thankful for you guys allowing me to be present and for being a part of this. Like, I'm blown away. Thank you. So wonders here. This is totally in alignment with this too, guys, because this leaves everything to your imagination. Like when you look at this card, what's the first thing you think about? For me, what's coming through right now is the fact that this energy is bringing clarity, and almost like a tower, like it's bursting through any type of cloudiness, fogginess, confusion in regards to like what's supposed to be taking place in this moment. That's interesting. There's something coming through about water. It's like a breakthrough of the emotions. Like this literally feels like a breaking through of the traps. A trap? A trap? A trap. They're talking to me about deception. Like this relationship could have been very deceptive or, deceitful to you. Like, and this is to break through the illusions, they're saying. They're saying that there's been many like facets to this relationship. There's been more that's taken place behind the scenes in this relationship with this individual or these individuals for you than you've been able to see. Like the naked eye hasn't been able to collect and perceive all that has taken place. Oh, that's why the perception card is there. They're saying that there was so many things that took place in the relationships for you that you weren't able to capture them all. Like, look at all these like plants on the ground here. It's like, which one do I go to? Which one do I go to? It's like you've had to pick through and sort through. That's why the geometry is backwards, because you've had to sort through and go through so many layers that you haven't actually been able to see clearly the bigger picture or the core of this. Oh, breaking through to the core. That's the wonders. These are mysteries, things that are hidden. That also goes back to the Akashic records. The mysteries, the hidden things. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so the mysteries, the hidden things are being brought to the surface. You're breaking through them is what they're saying, so that you can move on to the new. This one want to stay? Okay. So that you can shift into the new. Wow. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up, guys. The archway. That's what this wonders is. It's like the breakthrough. This looks broken already. It looks like it was maybe combined together and something pushed through or broke the I don't know. The bricks don't look like they were built that way. They're too rigid. And this is in alignment with that wonders, guys. Like, there's breakthrough coming through for you. Oh. Breakthrough is coming through. Wow. Wow, 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 guys. These cards are crazy. I don't even know if I want to like start right now. Look at this dog barking. Advice from a friend. This has to be like the funniest looking dog ever. I'm sorry. But I think the dog might be a Pisces, because look at on here. It looks like a Pisces chain or something. The symbol, I don't know. Anyways, I'm just making stuff up at this point. But guys, look at this. Okay, so let me just kind of bring this together, because you guys could tell I'm just like, I'm all over the place, because the energy is just like, whoa. Like, I literally want to stop the reading, and I don't even want to pull any more cards, because I'm just blown away. But I want us to dig into like how to resolve this, this wound, how to resolve the seeds on the ground, and be able to step into the inheritance of the Akashic records and merge this into the now. Okay, so it's almost like bridging the old with the new and merging it all together. So we're going to keep going, because I want to be able to pull that out for you guys. But look, Rose is here with romances in the air. Now, this is what's on the other side. I'm going to do this. The old's going to go over here on the left, and the new is going to be on the right, okay? Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. Oh my gosh, guys, that's absolutely, this is like in the now, okay? And then we have September. So we're in January, we're not in September yet. But what I was hearing with this September is that this September energy represents the energy of Virgo. And so they were showing that this is about practicality at this point. And there's something about putting your money where your mouth is. So Virgos are, signs that are perfectionists. They want to actually do the work. So for someone, your team is asking you to do the work, to bring things into alignment. And that's what I was picking up on with that September. I don't feel like something has to wait until September. Okay, but there could be something about 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 months. I don't know, exactly what, but there could be something in regards to that could open up opportunities for romance for some of you. And then we have the 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. Oh my God. Great and good fortune. I mean, what more could you ask for? Great and good. Wow. And then the dog, protection from a powerful friend. I love this, because this is your ancestors. I'm totally convinced of your ancestors. For some of you, if you have a dog, your ancestors could come through in the energy of that dog. And then a ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. That's absolutely in the past. I'm going to grab a couple of more of these. Oh my gosh. Sorrow over a loss with the wreath. This is that situation. Some of you could have been dealing with an Aries or a Taurus with that ram energy there. And then you have Tower, solid foundation and success with effort. Guys, this is what's coming in. This is now. This Tower is now. You're being protected, and the Tower is coming in to produce new opportunities. Wow. And then this one too. Okay, those are the last two. Wow, someone new is entering your life, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love this. I love this. And then we have October, fall. This is now. This is now too, because this is the energy of what your team is trying to get you to, is to allow this old energy to resolve, guys. So they've been working with all of us. I'm not exempt from this, to remove and allow the old to dissolve, to make way for the new. This is about moving this old energy out of the way. Acts, forces working against you. This is absolutely this stubborn, aggressive person that you lost. Wow. Okay, guys, so I'm going to pull some tarot cards, and let's see if we can get down to the nitty-gritty about the things that have been stepped over. Okay, let's see what advice and information can be given, because clearly we can see the energy here. I don't think we need any energy about like this specific situation. It's going to be different for each of you. What appears to be very clear here is that there was something that you were webbed into that caused you to lose your personal power, your will. Your driving force is basically what they're saying, okay? Your solar plexus chakra, the thing that pushes you and allows you to walk in authenticity. There's a lot to do with your heart space being wounded. Those wounds from your heart space have caused you to not be able to fully express yourself in your authenticity. This is because you've desired to control the situation because of fear of being hurt and wounded again. Completely normal. Okay, so I think we have the storyline together. That makes perfect sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you guys. Your team is asking you to pull from the inheritance that is heading your way. Clearly, this is an inheritance, guys. Okay? You're protected from negative forces beyond your control here. A solid foundation, success with effort. Okay, this is a shift. This is an uprooting as well, like they mentioned earlier with the earthquake. The Tower is an uprooting of anything that is blocking and preventing you from walking in being solid, right? Solidity, or solidifying who you are. So this energy of the past, this stubborn, aggressive person, this energy that was bumping heads with you, blocking you, the forces that were working against you, the losses that you thought you took were not actually losses. They're showing up. Your team is saying clearly that no, this is how serious your ancestors are about you, is that now you have great good fortune coming in with this shift. However, this was so deep that it penetrated the core of you. It needed to be broken up. And in order to do that, they're bringing clarity to you today and showing you these wonders. It's almost like the wonders, though, are showing up as details, intricacies. You know, that's like a selenite stick in the middle, and selenite brings you clarity. Oh, look, guys, this energy, this is totally, we already know the situation. We need advice, okay? So the Ten of Swords, look at this, despair. This is exactly, and I love how this fell. You see how it fell over there? This is exactly what that energy did to you. Left you feeling defeated, depleted, in a space of desperation, almost feeling like you had nothing else to live for. And then it's interesting too, because it has the yellow here, which is representative of the solar plexus on her hair. And then the orange is the sacral chakra, which is your own well-being. like also known as like one's own abode. That's kind of what the sacral chakra would mean. So the home of you, the place where you reside, was uprooted due to the despair of what was brought upon you. And then you'll notice after that, guys, is temperance. Oh my gosh, guys. Wow. Wow. You have great fortune coming your way, guys. Great fortune coming your way. I love this. I love this. I love this. Okay, the Queen of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. I'm not going to get any more cards. And there's 5 here too. That's interesting too, because that's exactly what that Merkaba energy is all about. So what they're saying is, this is interesting. I'm going to start off right here. The fruits of this heartache, the despair, the sorrow that you went through is the culmination of your wealth and your abundance, your prosperity. Okay? So for those of you who are resonating with this storyline of you had some stubborn, aggressive, imbecile, I'm just joking. You've had this stubborn, aggressive person. They are an imbecile. That's the energy that they're given. I don't like the way that they treated you. Whatever they did, but anyways, this individual here caused great sorrow in your life. You felt like it was a loss. You felt like you took a hit. In all reality, this was actually a reversal. It's almost like I'm hearing like a reversal of fortune. See, that person was stealing you. They were siphoning you. They were siphoning your lifeblood, like they were telling us earlier with the umbilical cord, right? You're holding on to them as if they have something to offer you, when the reality of it is that this wealth, this abundance, this gift, the prosperity, the opportunities are within you. And so there's been a denial within you in regards to who you were, because this energy, this vampire, this destructive energy on the left side here came in and put you in this space of defeat with sorrow. You notice what's on the outside of the cards here? This is the energy that's surrounding you. That's how they're showing this to me. This 3 of Swords, this despair, is the energy that some of you are still in right now over this situation, because you've convinced yourself that this was a loss. What they're showing though with this wreath card is that, remember, when you put a wreath up, typically someone would put a wreath up, especially in the United States around Christmas time. It goes up for a month or so. It's meant to be brought down. This wreath is not a loss. It's supposed to come down. The season is over. The season is over. It's because you have an inheritance from your ancestors. You have an inheritance from your ancestors. But if you go back and you look at your Akashic records, if you look at your family, if you pay attention to the individuals that are in your community, you probably will notice like, hey, you know what? I don't know if I've seen healthy relationships in my family. You may see a lot of people pleasing, a lot of codependency, a lot of overgiving, imbalances. This is how you can tell what your familial karmas are, is by looking at your family members. Watch them. What type of challenges do they face in life that are consistent? You're like, hey, I noticed that, my cousin June, she seems to have the same issues that I have with men. Like, do that. Pay attention so that you're aware of what those karmas are. And when you look back at those ancestral karmas, you'll recognize, oh my God, we probably have a hard time dealing with relationships. Like in my family, absolutely. The women in my family have a very hard time with codependency, people pleasing, with doing too much, giving too much of ourselves, oversharing, and then falling in love with people who are stubborn, aggressive forces that work against us, that make us feel like we're the weaker links and that they're the prize. So you may notice that in your storyline, in your family too. It's a lie, guys. It's not the truth. So your ancestors are protecting you. They're asking you to allow this energy to fall away, just like the month of October, allow it to fall. Also, they want to restore the balance in relationships. October is Libra energy. It's also about relationships. How do you create and show up in relationships? They're also showing that this October next to the cobwebs is, do you find yourself webbed up in someone else so much that you neglect and forget who you are? Do you think that you're 100% responsible for the relationships that you connect to? Are you able to allow the other person to give to you while you sit back and receive? Do you feel entitled to that person? Are you able to maintain and keep your independence? Does loyalty get in the way? With this dog here, I think for a lot of you, loyalty will interfere in your relationships. I think that you may consider loyalty sacrificing yourself. Are you laying yourself bare, meaning giving everything that you have to this person and not keeping anything for yourself? And if you've gotten out of this relationship and you're okay to move on, because clearly there's an ending here, an ending after heartbreak. But now are you able to take the lessons that you learned in this Ten of Swords, Three of Swords energy over here? Are you able to take that and bring it all together? Because that's what this reading is about. That's what that Merkaba energy is. That's what the cowbird is saying. Your relationships, acknowledging how you've shown up in those relationships, allowing the parts of you that need to fall away to fall, understanding that things and people come in our lives for seasons and that not all seasons last our lifetimes. But it's about bringing this all together, embracing the wonders of this. Like, wow, why did I have to go through this to learn all of this? Like, you mean you couldn't teach me in another way, God? You know, I mean, I've done that. Like, are you serious? Like, you mean to tell me there was no other way to teach me this lesson than for you to embarrass me in front of the whole world? Like, come on, God. Like, come on, Jesus. It ain't no other way. You know, this is about embracing those things, shifting those things, flipping them on their heads. They're showing me the geometry again. Instead of writing the problem backwards, allowing the shapes to take, you know, oblong shapes or strange forms. Instead of that, restructure, reorganize this. And that's this energy in the middle here. The temperance, the wealth, and the culmination. Temperance is alchemy. This is like the magician card, guys. This is about seeing the wonders. Wow, there's so many things about this that I didn't actually realize I was doing. It's 5:55 on the clock right now, guys. However, I'm going to alchemize that energy. You know what? I'm going to surrender to the fact that, yes, I was trying to control this situation due to fear. I may still be trying to control the situation due to fear. However, I'm recognizing and understanding that I have nothing to fear. Not only am I able to protect myself, not only am I able to trust myself, but I have a team, I have God, I have ancestors, I have angels who are also protecting me. I am whole, complete, and vibrant just on my own. I have independence, I have grace, I have drive, I have passion, I have tenacity, courage, endurance, strength. I stand out just by being me, not to be seen by anyone, but to see myself. I take up space because I'm deserving of it. I deserve to take up space. I deserve to breathe. My air, my breath, the earth deserves it. It's like getting to that. Like they just keep telling me all this like crazy stuff, but it's not crazy when you think about it. It's really like affirming yourself. Right? Like I do deserve to express myself. Now let me talk about this expression real quick, because that's coming up with this temperance and in that Nine of Pentacles. So guys, if I didn't tell you, because sometimes I just keep talking, Ten of Swords, temperance, the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. So what they're showing me is that the truest expression of yourself. So when they're saying that, what they're saying is that for some individuals, there's fear in opening up your heart space and allowing yourself to just be free. For some of you, you may be very eccentric, you may be eclectic, you may be one that does stand out. You may love colored hair, colored nails, like you may dress very vibrant. And for some of you, this situation, this energy, shun that away from you. Maybe you notice you're wearing darker colors, black. First of all, I love black, guys. I wear black. I've been wearing black my whole life. I'm like a little emo, if you want to. I'm like an emo mixed with a hippie. That's the best way to describe myself. But some of you may notice that you were maybe very vibrant and colorful and youthful prior to this relationship. And you may have noticed that over time, this relationship has again sucked you dry, okay? Kind of like dried you up to the point to where now you may feel like you wear darker things, or you're just not as enthusiastic and not as eccentric as you used to be. Maybe you don't necessarily stand out anymore. Maybe you're just kind of blend in with everyone else. Maybe you have been afraid to actually express and say and be who you want to be because you're afraid that you're going to be rejected. Maybe you're afraid that you're going to be turned down. Maybe you're afraid that you won't be invited. Maybe some of you are afraid that you're going to be too loud. This is exactly what these energies do. They work against us to siphon our energy, to shut us down. But that time is over. That time is over. This Three of Swords on this end of the reading is representative of the healing that's being done. Your heart is being mended back together. And yes, guess what? You have some wounds there. Okay? Those holes, just like the holes in Jesus' hands, are going to stay there forever. These holes are going to be there. However, they're going to heal. The space will be opened as a reminder and to culminate the fact that you have reinvented and redefined, transformed pain and turned it into something powerful. The falling away of is pulling these swords out of the heart here. That yes, the pain was present. However, now I'm moving into new. I'm detaching from this, because that's a part of the reading too, is that they're asking you to detach from the despair, detach from the sorrow, and detach from those energies that have affected you in your solar plexus, your heart, and your throat chakra. Reconnect yourself back to the world around you with your crown chakra. And you can do that through visualization, through your third eye. Imagine your highest self. Imagine the version of you that has no fear, that is able to be free and authentic in every aspect of life. Even if you feel like you can't touch her, if you feel like you can't touch him, if you feel like they're unattainable, like unapproachable, like you can't actually get to them, just visualize it. Visualize it. Surrender over to it. Yes, I'm going there. I've already shifted. I am her. I am him. I am healed. I am wealthy. I am abundance. I am prosperity. The pain is gone. The wounds are still visible, but the pain is no longer present. If the pain is still there, acknowledge that. I may have dropped the ball. Maybe it's not all this person. Maybe I dropped the ball. I'm confident that I tried to control the situation because I was afraid, but I'm no longer afraid. I don't have to be afraid because I'm safe now. And what's happening is love that is tangible, love that is present, and love that is consistent with that Virgo energy is going to show up for you. It says romance is in the air, so I can't negate the fact that this does feel like romantic relationships. It doesn't feel like on this side that it has to do with business or family. For some of you, this could be a friend that you may fall in love with. You may start off as friends. That person may be protective over you, and you may end up falling in love with them. The tower came in to rattle and shake all this up. That's your ancestors' work, because they recognize that this could not stay in your destiny. In order for you to be able to move into alignment with your destiny, with your dharma, to receive the blessings in life, you have to be able to fully, authentically express and be your purest, most natural, organic version of you. There's no way that you can get there without this process. So allow the spiritual geometry, allow Archangel Metatron to support you as you shift out of the old and into your destiny. Reminding yourself of how protected you are, how abundant you are, and how you're able to alchemize anything that's thrown your way. It's just a matter of shifting your perspective and redefining the way that you do things. Okay, so I'm going to just get 2 cards for advice just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Ooh, I love this. Okay. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. First piece of advice is to release the burdens. Take those burdens and wrap them up with a bow. I love this, guys. Look at this. I've never even seen this card in that way. But this is like, take the burdens and bundle them up and do something with them. You know, if you have a bundle of like wood, you can take it and you can burn it and you can have firewood and you can keep yourself and your place warm. That's what this is about. It's about taking the burdens and doing something beautiful with them. Okay, so I wanted to control the situation. Instead of me doing that, I'm going to rise by using that control and turning into power. This is the King of Pentacles. I'm going to make the world my world and take control over it. Okay, I'm no longer going to allow someone else to sit in the driver's seat in my life. This is putting you back to the center of your focus, making yourself the main character, and decentering everything that is not in alignment with you being in control of your world. You're going to do that by the Princess of Disc. Okay, so this is the Page of Pentacles, manifestation. You're going to do that by opening yourself up to receive, by expressing yourself authentically. This blue hair is like the throat chakra hair. She's able to express herself. And there's also something here about natural, being naturally who you are. Identifying who you truly are and manifesting from that space. So no longer manifesting from a place of fear, but rather from a place of power. And you're going to do that by seeing yourself through the lens, visualization of your highest self, and then pushing through with that energy, regaining control of your world. Wow. This is stability. This is practicality. And they're showing me something about, interesting, something about a colon here. Purifying and cleansing yourself. They're saying for some of you, you may even want to like take or do a diet or some, not a diet like that. No medical advice given, guys, but it's like a cleanse of some sort. You may want to try some type of cleanse to purify even your internal body is what they're saying. No medical advice, guys, just spiritual channeling here. Yeah, there's something there, like refreshing your inner man, your physical body, to bring it into alignment with the power and the stability of who you are. For some of you, that could be that maybe you have backed up bowels, like maybe you've been constipated, maybe you've struggled with having bowel movements, something like that. But they're saying that could be a part of this blockage due to the burden of being in despair. There's also something coming through about acceptance, and that's a part of acknowledgement, is accepting that sometimes the pieces on the ground are not worth going back to pick up. Stepping over them doesn't work either, but it's best to just acknowledge them, see them for what they are, and release them back to the earth. You know, like just as this bird will maybe miss some things on the ground. The earth or something in it, a vulture, something will come in and take it. They're saying that there are certain pieces of this experience that are not meant for you to pick them up and to settle into them. And that's also what's happening with this energy here, is that they're saying you weren't meant to settle into feeling like you were at a loss of control. You weren't meant to settle into hatred, grief, anger, frustration, sorrow. You weren't meant to silence yourself and to be convinced of the lies of this energy, but you settled into them. And so instead of doing that, they're saying press forward, step into power, and align yourself with the highest version, most purest form of yourself, in order for you to be able to align to and with the fortune that is destined to be yours. If you're watching this, remember this Merkaba energy is that your Akashic inheritance is activated. Okay, that's what this is. And in order to do that, you're going to align with your truest, highest, best version of yourself. All right, guys, I think I have given everything that they have given me to give. I hope and pray that this aligns with you. I can't wait to hear about all the things that are opening up for you with that archway energy and with a chair filled, someone new entering your life, releasing the burden, stepping into wealth, the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, releasing the sorrow, the King of Pentacles. Guys, you have so much heading your way. This is not only financial stability, but it's spiritual stability with the Temperance and the Page of Pentacles here with manifestation. This is blessings upon blessings and blessings and blessings. So stick with it. Whatever you're doing, it's working. You wouldn't be shown these wonders if you hadn't already been doing something. There's no way you would even be able to receive this or listen to half of this message if you were not already aligned to it, guys. So just keep pushing, release this last little bit, and on the other side of this, the geometry is going to begin to make sense, they're saying. Have a great night, guys. Bye. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Happy full moon. Bye. Oh, this is in alignment with the full moon. The full moon is in Leo. It's all about being your true self, expressing yourself. The sun energy illuminating to you who you are. I just caught that. Oh my God. Have a good night, guys. Wow. Bye.